Hey guys, it's Brooke from the Vintage Gardener. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to unbox and assemble this baby. So what is it? It is a leaf mulcher. So just to give you guys the backstory on the leaf mulcher, my soil is good, it's nutritious, it's really rich, and I want to keep that because plants, trees, shrubs, those do pull a lot of nutrients from the soil over time. I don't want the fertility of my soil to go down. And this year in the parterre garden, I put a couple thousand plants. I put some, rose bushes. I put like 4 magnolia trees in there. And so all that together, it's going to, over time, it's going to take up a lot of nutrients in the soil. And so I want to replenish it. I want to replenish that biomatter. I want to keep the microbial activity in my soil active, because the microbes in the soil break down everything, and that's what gets the nutrients to your plant roots. And so there are many ways to replenish the soil. There are cover crops. You can do compost. I'm going to be trying both. I haven't done the cover crop yet because that's something I primarily am going to do in my vegetable garden once I start that next year. And so there'll be another video on that. But I want to get into composting. I'm looking to setting up some systems. I do actually have composter. I think I probably already showed you the video of me setting it up. And so I'm going to be trying a couple different, like cold compost, hot compost. But one thing that you can use in all of them, and actually one thing you can use without composting, are leaves. Okay, and even grass clippings. Now, I personally would not use a lot of grass clippings in my yard at this point. If I was going to use grass clippings, I would probably pile them up and let them sit for the summer and heat and make sure they die, because unfortunately I do have a lot of weeds in my grass, and if I were to use them fresh in my flower beds, I have a feeling it'd probably just put a lot of grass seeds, and that sort of thing, or herbaceous weed seeds in my garden beds, which I don't want. But you have to use your own discretion. If you are one of those types of people who's on top of, the weeds in your grass, and you just have straight grass clippings with no weeds or possibility of weed seeds, hey, throw that in your beds over the winter, when your lawnmower is mulched up, and you should be good. But another thing to use is leaves. Now guys, here's the thing. I can tell you this from personal experience. Do not put the leaves on your flower beds full. I did that one year. Number one, I was trying to, I wanted to compost them back in the soil. The other thing is that by putting down leaves, I was hoping to smother any weeds from coming up. Whole leaves actually does work well as a weed cover. It really does. But it does not, well, at least in my climate, it did not break down enough to actually like compost back into the soil. And so the next year I had to remove all of them. All the leaves came not actually from my yard, but from my neighbor's yard, because he had leaves that came down. And I was like, hey, you can just blow those over onto my beds. It'll be great. And so I kind of didn't like that. On top of that, they were maple leaves, and I didn't realize there were a lot of maple leaf seeds. So I spent a lot of time the next year pulling up little maple seedlings. So yeah, I would not do that again. And I did not do that again. The next year's like, do you want my leaves? I'm like, no, please don't. But to get all those leaves up, I actually used a leaf vacuum. I used an electric one. by Black & Decker, because the gas ones are, they're pretty expensive. But they're you know, they're worth it. But the leaf vacuum sucked them up. It did mulch them. The problem I had with the Black & Decker is that, number one, here on the property they have now, I have way too many leaves. My property is too big because that was electric. It's just way too many leaves to walk around trying to suck them up. The other thing is, because of the amount of leaves, it kept getting jammed. Because there was too much, it was clogged, so I had to keep stopping and unclogging it. A couple of months ago, my mom and sister came up, and my mom and sister, I know, were using it to get up some of the leaves, and they were having the exact same issue. So this year, you know, I have a lot of leaves, and I really want to put these on my bed to make sure that I keep my beds, you know, I'm returning those nutrients to the soil. So I broke down and I got this baby that I saw Linda Vada have. She used it on her channel, and I apologize for noise. That's the dog. He's like licking his bowl. And it worked really, really well. And so this has a lot more oomph than my Black & Decker leaf vacuum. And so the other thing that's nice about this is that the basically the shred ratio is 11:1. So basically, if you have 11 bags of full leaves and you shred it, you can basically, it makes it fine enough so that 11 bags can all fit in one. So that'll be really, really great. So I'm going to set it up tonight. I'm going to show you, I'm going to mark off an area and actually put up a barrier to put some leaves. And so what I'm going to be doing is when I'm shredding them, I'm going to sit this inside my new leaf area, shred everything, just leave it there so that when I'm finished planting tulips and everything, I can just throw the leaves on top of this as a top dress, and then next spring I'll just mulch right on over it and keep that soil nice and healthy. So let me go get my dog some water, because that's the clanking bowl is, mommy come fill my water bowl, and then I'll unbox this. First thing we're going to do, oopsie. Okay, first off, don't do that. Don't lean on this. So the first thing we're gonna do is assemble the mulching stand. So basically we're gonna put that ring thing that I was leaning on onto the legs. So that is pretty straightforward. So let me move this back, give myself a little bit more space. Okay, so let's do that part first. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me flip this around. But at the edge of this, there's a little thing in here that pushes. So you're gonna pull there's a black cap on the edge of this. You're gonna pull that off, pop this baby in here, press it down, and when it gets to the right spot, there we go, pops right in. So now that we've got that part done, the next part is collection bag. So if I use a plastic bag, basically I'm going to roll the opening down on top of this area. So that's good to know, because I do have plastic bags, like, like the regular contractor bag, and that's how you're going to do it. Okay, so then we're gonna assemble the mulching power body. So we're gonna put the motor housing on the stand and make sure the motor housing is stable. Okay. Okay, so there is a, make sure you guys can see this. There is a dot right here, and there's a white dot, and you can't see it from this angle, but there's a white dot right here. So that's what they're talking about in terms of alignment. And that should correspond to the tabs. Oh, okay. I think I did it. Wow, okay. All right, it looks like I did it. Okay. Place. Okay, and thankfully they actually put the cutting lines already in here. So I don't have to do anything until it's time to change them. So yeah, these are the extra lines that they sent, so I'll put these somewhere secure. I'm looking at how, it looks like it's going to be pretty easy to do. If you're going to use this with a paper bag, then there's this collar to use so that it would hold the top of the bag out. But I'm just going to use a plastic bag because, like I said, I'm going to put the leaves, I'm just going to fill it and then dump it, that sort of thing. So I'm going to, I need to get like some of those big storage bags to put these things in so that way I can put them in my garage so I don't lose them. But for right now I'm going to put them right here. And so now, okay, so this is what it looks like on the inside. It has, these are the lines that you use for cutting. And so of course, you know, when you're using it, don't stick your hand inside the machine, and you need to wear like a breather and some glasses. Of course, these days everybody has plenty of masks. I certainly do. And I'll wear my forestry helmet. And so this is the cord right here. It's got a little safety clip so that basically when you plug it in, you put the cord in there. This is the, oh goodness, what was this? Oh, that's the on and off button. There we go. And so basically you just throw the stuff in and it comes out the bottom. So anyway, guys, that is how you assemble it. I'm looking forward to it and to using it. I think this is going to be a very fun tool to use in terms of getting my leaves done. It looks like it'll do a lot. I definitely work a lot better than my Black & Decker. So anyway, guys, that's it for tonight's video. Tomorrow I'll take you out into the garden and start, I'll assemble the area where I'm going to put my leaf collection, and I look forward to getting this out there and actually starting to get rid of some of those leaves. I'm really excited. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.